Okay, welcome to the show. It's great to have you.
Definitely, thank you.
So, how you been, bro?
Yo, busy working, excited. The new year, 12 months, let's get it ready.
You man are always grinding, man. It's been a minute since we last sat down together, but
Trust me.
like I said, I know you've been busy. So before we start, introduce yourself, tell the people your name.
Yo, L.T Madz, Madz, catch that, N.D.O, QSK, you get me?
All of that good stuff.
All of that good stuff right there.
So we're gonna start from the very, very beginning here.
Yeah.
What was it like for you growing up in your neighborhood?
Like, your neighborhood's your neighborhood, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's who you are, innit? Like, you only know, like, what's there at the time when you're growing up because you're a kid. It can't influence or change nothing. Do you know what I mean? You just gotta learn and learn. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. I mean, growing up in South Manchester, it has its notorious past and obviously gang culture. I mean, you yourself right now, you're in such a positive space, been there, done that. What do you think the reason is that many kids get caught up into the street life and gang culture?
Do you know what I think? Yeah, I think it's just like, it's a number of contributing factors. Do you know what I mean? It's from like people like from the higher up places in society telling you're not good enough to be someone, to do something, or because of your income's low, your family's low. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just always the negativity that people push on people that makes them feel like they're not welcome. Do you know what I mean? They can't ask for help, they can't knock on this door, they get
stereotyped, so to speak.
Do you know what I mean? And it forces them people to feel outcast like a sheep and blacklisted. So when you feel like that, you go and look for other people that feel like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like misery loves misery, innit? It's like
then you've got a problem against everyone else and the world. Do you know what I mean?
Very true.
That's how it is.
So, pardon me. What age was it you realised that music was something that you wanted to start taking seriously?
Age, yeah. I'd say, like, it's always been a passion, innit? Because music's always been a part of my life, like, growing up from young and that.
Yeah.
And then obviously see my dad and that do his music and be signed as well.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, like, it's hard, but then it was only like until I actually found that it was for I could do it for my therapy and my release and to help me that I thought, you know what, if that's what making me feel better and it's making me feel good, then why am I not doing that 24/7? Do you know what I mean?
Very true.
And feeling that good energy, do you know what I mean?
Music is a way to vent sometimes and get some stuff off your chest, even if you're not going to release that music right there and then. For the people, it's just for yourself, it's very therapeutic to just be in that booth and get it off your chest.
Of course.
And then you can move on, so to speak. When you was growing up in your house as a child, what type of music do you remember listening to and hearing growing up?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Nah, but do you know what it was? Yeah, like, even though, like, the neighborhood I grew up in, like, the streets and that, like, there was always a mixture of music coming from everywhere.
Oh yeah,
you know
I mean South Manchester's very mixed culture.
Like, no matter where I went, like, it was always like, one minute it was like dancehall, next minute it's house, next minute it's old school garage, bit of Craig David.
Yeah.
And then when I've got my old time, then I'm channel AKA channel U in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
In my old time
and
all these little things, and then. Yeah, bro, it was just a mixture of everything, bro. And then you've got like my uncle listening to classical music and that and everything.
Really?
So like, it's just a mixture of everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, trust me, sick.
Cool. I mean, as you started getting older, which artists was you listening to, either UK or anywhere around the world? Which artist was it that really stood out to you?
To be fair, like American wise, I listened to a lot of Lil Wayne. The Carter 4.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was like, for me, lyrically one of his best put together.
Yeah, definitely.
I listened to a lot of like Drake's like old mixtapes, like his raw stuff, like uncut stuff.
You know what? Old Drake mixtapes, they was dope, to be fair. It was on fire.
Fire, bro, and Joe, what the lost and underrated from a lot of people, but people forget about it. People like, oh, Drake, but nah, like
the old school,
the old Drake, like back in the day, basement Drake, like.
I remember that.
The reason why Lil Wayne signed him and all that, that's the levels there. But over here, like, I looked at things like Pot of Paper and things like that. You get me?
Very dope
because
artist.
I feel like the way like he storytells and like he expresses emotions in his words and like his metaphors and similes, the way he puts things together, like constructs it sick. Chip from back in the day, from League of My Own.
Come on.
You get me, like that. And from back in the day when I had that League of My Own and League of My Own too.
Yeah, when I seen that on Channel U when he was on his BMX, was it? Yeah.
And everything to like now, like pen game crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Bar for bar, verse for verse, you're like going against your battles.
No,
bro.
leave it alone.
You can't match it, do you know what I mean? So like things like that, when someone crafting like and works hard to perfect their craft and everything, yeah, and always looks to be better and better and better, like I gotta give credit where credit's due, do you know what I mean, and learn from that. If I want to be the best in a certain area, then I've got to look at the best and study them and
exactly that. They say you got to put like your 10,000 hours in if you want to be good at anything. Do you know what I mean? I mean, how important do you think that era was of the whole grime scene era and the whole clashing and people just picking up microphone and just being able to realise they could rap and do this?
Yeah, I just feel like, do you know what, like, it's that form of expression in it, do you know what I mean? Like, it's something like where people could come together and say what they're saying.
Yeah.
And if people are effing with your music, then then you'll know in it. Do you know what I mean? Like if it's popping, it's popping. You're like, if it's dead, you get in the booze. You're gonna feel sad. Take it on the chin. And, work. Come back.
And back in the day when it was just like a microphone and the crowd's definitely gonna let you know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
trust me.
I remember back in the day, you could go down Market Street and you had loads of artists selling your CDs. You had like R.I.O. and P. Winter and all the rest of them there just selling CDs, just trying to do their thing. Music's a very big form of expression. I think that part of the era of grime was important. It's like what Wiley did, Eskimo Dance and Lord of the Mics and things like that.
Yeah,
I think that was very important. Who would you say are your top 5 of all-time Manchester artists?
Do you know what, yeah?
If not Manchester, who would you say top UK 5 artists are?
Oh, see, you put him in the spot right now, bro.
Too many
like,
to mention.
Do you know what it is, yeah? Like, for me to narrow it down just to 5, yeah.
It's hard
like,
to do.
It's hard, innit? Because you've got like people that was growing up, when I was growing up, that were already like active. Then you've got, when I was hitting my teenagers, people that were just coming into taking over. I've got the new people now that are coming in a new way. So it's like I say, each new generation that comes through, you got to pay homage to each one. You get me, and recognise their part of the playing involved in the scenes. You know what I mean, and the people behind it and that.
It's true what you're saying. I always think like people tend to forget about the people that paved the way, and it's not. It's okay to have a new top 5, but you always remember the ones that paved the way.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on, I was looking at your TikTok page and I came across of a video of a jail call. What happened there? Was you being locked up behind bars?
Yeah, so basically, got involved in doing some stuff that I shouldn't have had. I shouldn't have done. Yeah. But I had to do to survive and get through the struggle I was in at the moment. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna deny it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've done my time. And everything, and come out a better person for it.
And that's what it's about, coming out positive, better person.
Yeah, like, it happened, didn't it? Like,
to be fair, even though you were behind bars in the car, you sounded like you was in positive spirits, like...
Yeah, like, do you know what it is, like...
Your character doesn't seem to break or fold, it seems to always be strong and...
Like, for me, like, I just felt like, for the 2.5 years I was in there, like, especially over COVID, I sat there, majority of my time sat there thinking, bro, I'm just wasting my time, bro, I'm wasting my life. Like, I could be doing so much right now with my music, like, everything we're achieving now. Like, imagine if I would have done this last year, bro, 2.5 years ago.
So
bro.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, what was it like being locked up for all the youths that are watching? Like, what can you give a brief description that might help them change their mind from going down the wrong path? Like, what was it like inside?
Like, do you know what? Jail's what you make of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got ways of it'll either make you or break you. That's what you're saying. It'll make you or break you. It's down to you as a person, but it's down to how you utilize your time in there, and your mindset, and whether you're strong enough when you come out to not to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do it and go to jail, you're gonna do it and go to jail. Innit? There's nothing I can say that's gonna determine someone and stop someone from changing their mind. Innit?
Of course.
But like, for me, I know when I was in there, I was just thinking, bro, like, alright, I've been jailed the first times, couple of times, it was just chilling, fun games and everything, but now, like, I'm getting older, I'm thinking, Ras, Like I need to settle down, I need to do my house, I need to get a job, I need to do
about
this.
the things that you missed
like,
out
I
doing.
don't, bro, like proper. Like
Yeah.
I want to travel, things like this. Yeah, I need to like pay for bills and pay for all this through banks and all this, bro. You can't do that through just cash, bro. You get me? You gotta go through the legit way, the system, the process.
And
take do it time. Right. But the way I see it, yeah, is if you've got a grafter's mind, yeah, and you can be out there grafting and make money, bro, yeah, then why can't you graft a legal way, yeah, and just apply the same principle?
Transferable skills.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that way, if you can do it one way, why are you not being butt smart and doing it a second way?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
If you can manage a bunch of
And
guys
no one
running
can come up
around,
to
then
you
you
and
can be a
say
manager
nothing,
in an
bro.
office.
Police can't come and say, oh, you're going back to jail for this, that, and that. No, not. There's legit money, bro. There's receipts, everything, bro.
Nothing feels better than doing something like that. I mean, was you staying creative in there? Was you writing?
Bro, writing every day, you see in your office. Do you think I'm paying £1.50 for notepads, bro? You're mad. And everything. Man says, yo, free wing letters come every day, bro. I was just collecting them and then just piling them up, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, when I go back to my gaff, yeah, on top of my wardrobe, bro, I've just got a pile of just unused bars, yeah, that I've got there, bro. Mum's
jail
alive,
bars.
that I don't even use, do you know what I mean? Like, I just think, when me and Lucky sat there, like, in the studio and, like, we're writing, like, we write fresh bars, do you know what I mean? Like, so... When I've got all these bars, yeah, I look at them sometimes and just think, that's a banger, like, that's a banger.
So you don't even use your old bars?
Don't even use them, bro.
That's mad. So what's gonna happen to them? Are you ever gonna use them? Are you gonna?
Well, probably
are you gonna make a lost tape or like?
Well, I don't know. Somewhere along the lines, like the Manchester Hip Hop Archives or something, and get man will donate it when I'm famous or something. Like later, like 50 years down the line, be like, yeah, these are all bars I wrote in 2017 and never used it. Everything else, publish them. You get me? Make a little.
You never know.
A little little diary or documentary or something out of it, bro. Do you know what I mean?
And I imagine the bars are hard as well. Do you know what I mean? Because you guys.
I'm not even gonna. Do you know what it is? Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie, like, because I'm not gonna say the I'm not gonna say the car from 2017. Obviously, I improve, right? And change styles and things like that. But like, I know, like, I'm in my head, I would have written it in a way it would have sounded good at that time. So now, being if I would have took it now and brought it and changed it to the 21st century, like I know I'll be able to elevate it more, do you know what I mean? And
so you're always going to be thinking about how you can improve it.
Of course.
Okay, so moving on. This is an interesting one. When was it you come up with the idea to create your own record label? I mean, what was the inspiration behind that?
Do you know what, yeah? Like, the inspiration was from it, yeah. It was just because I just wanted my own thing, yeah. Where I can do what I want, yeah. And not have to answer to no one. And
exactly
like I learn, I grow and everything from it, do you know what I mean? And build on what I build with my people, with my team, and
be independent.
And be independent, bro, because I just feel like if we're doing everything ourselves and we learn, then it's a growing curve for us all. We're all at the same pace, do you know what I mean?
I mean, we're in that era nowadays where, like, if the artist is the person that's creating the music and knows how to mix the music and know how to gather other artists and get them on the songs, I mean, there's not really much need for a big label nowadays, you know. Do you feel like, say 30, 40 years down the time, big record labels are going to become like more of like less and less used and more people are going to become independent because it's...
I feel like a lot of people have more independent labels rather than going to the main labels being used. I feel like people tend to do things under their own name, under their own companies, and be able to realise that you can achieve a lot more and everything. Even though it's going to be a hard work in the beginning and cost you a lot more in the long run. Like, if you're successful and true and genuine and hard-working in your career, then there's nothing to stop you from doing it, what the big labels are doing, do you know what I mean?
It's not only that, you own your own royalties, you own 100% of your own work, you know what I mean? There's nobody telling you not to, you can't release on this date or you can't
build
do
your
this
own team, you get the people around you, and do you know what I mean? And you build yourself and everyone around you to places where you think, do you know what, now we're untouchable.
Exactly,
do you know what
I mean, I think more and more people are doing it, and I applaud the idea of being independent and putting on your own people. I think that's a beautiful thing. I mean, which artists have you got on your label and how did you go about selecting these artists?
So, Lucky Luciano,
Shouts out to Lucky
QSK,
Luciano.
Quemby Street Kings, one half, because I'm the other. Yeah, we pow, pow, pow. But yeah, me and Lucky Luciano, we grew up with each other.
Yeah.
2 doors down from each other on Quenby Street, Hume.
Yeah.
His nana and my auntie were best friends and that growing up, so like just went from doing one show together to saying, yo.
That's why you have such good chemistry together.
Yeah. It's like that's like my brother, my family right there. Do you know what I mean? So
I get that. Yeah, like used to like on the track. And I mean, there's people you need to watch out for these guys. You know, like and they just play me some new music today.
Trust me.
You play me some new music today. And last time you played me some music, and it was new then, but this one's even newer.
Even newer, yeah.
So
this
then,
is done within like the last month.
Shouts out to Lucky Luciano, that's my dog.
Me.
But when Lucky Luciano come home, he's free now, people.
Free.
Now he's home. These guys went straight to the studio and just made a banger.
Waka Waka, hot like a flame. Coming ready for the summer. If you see DJ Silver about, ask him to spin it because he's got it up in his set. You get me, but don't tell no one.
So, how did you go about selecting your artists?
Like for me, like Lucky made knows, like he made just no question about it. It just made sense straight away. Do you know what I mean? It was just like that's like my brother. So if I have anybody that I want, like it's my brother. Do you know what I mean? So with him in there, and then. Me and Lucky went to work with a producer, and then we put out casting Salama, and everything met, and from there like just the vibes just clicked. And it was like studio, recorded 1 track, 2 tracks, 5 tracks, 10 tracks, 20 tracks, whole tracks, everything. Then it's like main stage carnival. Then it's like we're doing Burger Boy shows with Burger Boy and
shout out
Burger Boy, and we're doing all these places and all these different shows. And we're just like, yo, the music is so versatile, like, and coming out on new, fresh sounding. When people are seeing what we're coming individually as creatives, but then creatively together as duos, as triplets, as a group, like
you guys, like as a group, is a different. I mean, each person brings something, but like they all blend well together. Do you know what I mean? You cater well together. I mean, I see you doing a lot of your own nights and basically cutting the middleman out, as you don't need to nowadays have someone telling you I can get you a show. You can just call them and. Do you find it more easy to move in that way? And
do you know what, like for me, I do the shows like not for as much as to show or perform my own music in it. Like for me, I'm a lover of music. And passion and someone's like that can tell a story and connect with the crowd, and you can believe and feel what someone's saying. Do you know what I mean? So for me, when I'm creating that platform, like in Manchester, like in Spinning Fields, where it is, there's not really anyone. There's not no one else that's doing it there. Do you know what I mean? Like in Spinning Fields, Dean Gateways that's saying, listen, come down, platform here for you, have a night. It's just fun, music, vibes, laughter. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's and then we go to after parties, everything. You network, you do things.
But the thing that's special about you guys is you're not just making music where it just fits in one box. You're making music that fits in many boxes.
Everything for
and
everyone.
So you're able with these shows to really get that crowd reaction, and that's what's important. A lot of people make music, and this is not a diss or anything, but some people. They make music and it just stays in one box. You can only travel so far with that. You need to be able to break out the mold and do something different. And when you showed me a track before earlier, and I said to you, I wasn't expecting that. I really meant that, because you guys, 1 minute we're traveling straight and then just go zigzag down the road. You know what I mean? You're like, whoa, what was that? Do you know what I mean?
That's what we're doing. No, Joel, is like the way we see it. Is like our music, like it represents us, therapy, life. Do you know what I mean? And our stories and how we say it. Do you know what I mean? So, like when we're writing, like we're humans. Do you know what I mean? So we're not just one emotion, one feeling, one sense. Do you know what I mean? Like however we're feeling, or we want to cross something or tap into something, like, and we tell, like, that's what we're trying to do. Do you know what I mean? And if we do it in the right way, and if when we listen back to it ourselves, before we show it to anyone else, like, we know ourselves between us and say, yo,
got something
we've
there.
got something there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, think of the first time, like, when you heard Crossroads, and you think, yo, when we say to people, before we ever play that to someone, say, yo, you've got to take it in, because, like, just sit there and take it in, what we're saying in it, because...
Like, just hear this right now.
Just hear it, bro, because it's raw and uncut, and, like, when you tend to listen to majority of people, they just sound the same. No one's really coming with...
I mean, this is the thing, I mean... but I would say, like, you guys bring a mixture of the not just rap but R&B, and that's what's missing from music, is that fun factor of the R&B that makes you wanna listen to the words, and it relates to a relationship type of situation that you've been in, or an emotion that you was feeling at the time.
I love the way like when we're writing and we're working, the way like we can bounce off each other, do you know what I mean? Because it's not like we're saying, oh, L.T Madz and Lucky Luciano, or Lucky Luciano or L.T Madz. We're saying Quimby Street Kings, and then on it and everything, like, depending how the song and the verses go and the words, what we're doing, like, the way we switch it round, whether he'll go first and I'll go first, or I bounce off him and he bounces off me.
It's
like,
funny you should say that,
work,
because
you know what I mean?
you intertwine with each other very well, and it doesn't feel like it's a feature. It feels just like it's just two people filling the track to make it a full-bodied song to the best capability it can be.
And then when we harmonise together, we're the best. You get me?
You guys with the back-to-backs as well, like, it's crazy, man. So people need to look out for that. I mean, let me ask you, what do you think of the Manchester scene as being a label? I know you're watching closely. What are your thoughts on artists not really networking and pushing each other as much as other cities, say like London? Do you think there's a reason for this, as you see a lot of big name artists in Manchester going at each other rather than pushing each other?
Nah, listen, the way I see it, everyone's out for themselves, innit? If you ain't with your clique, and you ain't down with some people, you ain't getting let in, you ain't getting through the door. Personally been told that myself by set people, which, do you know what?
Do you feel like there's a little bit of blackballing going on?
Like, yeah, but do you know what? Like, I'm not bothered. I don't care, do you know what I mean? Because, do you know what? If that's the energy and things use what I do, and everything, then put that into the world and do it, do you know what I mean? Whereas me, that's the reason, like I say, I started my label, to do my own thing. Because if I wanted to jump onto your thing, I would have come from time ago, and been like, yo, begging it, all the rest of it, and coming to you 24/7 and try to pursue that thing with you, innit? But I just thought, do you know what? I'm not that. I'd rather do things myself, live and learn, and if I can take myself to where I know I can take myself, and take the people with me to where I can take them, and push them to where they need to be, and also them push me and take me to where I need to be, and pick me up from being where I'm not, do you know what I mean? Then like, I'm more happy to do that with my people and create them memories and moments with him, and think, do you know what, at least we give it a go, we tried, we done it. But do you know what, I know we're not giving it a go, we're not trying, do you know what I mean? Because what we're sitting on, bro, everyone that we come across, swear that everyone we come across and we show songs to, bro, they say, send us this, oh, you do this, you need to release a song, you need to do it. We're saying, listen, like you say to us, you're sat on a treasure,
more than treasure.
Just listen, just sit there and chill, and when you're ready to do what you're doing, you just know when you're ready, and that, don't rush it for no one. We're just thinking, like,
that's an important factor. I mean, it's good that one thing that's good about you guys is you definitely on your own time. You're not trying to follow anybody's time, or you're not trying to copy anybody's style. You're just unique to yourselves, and when you hear your music, you guys' music, it's like, this is fresh. It feels very fresh. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't feel like Manchester music, and that sounds weird to say, but it feels like it's come from somewhere else, you know what I mean? It's very
from the
fresh.
soul, bro. From the soul, bro. Mixtape music for the soul, bro. That's what it is.
That's what comes across, and that's what hits very well with it. I mean, as a unit, are you guys open to collaboration with other Manchester artists?
Yo, not even Manchester artists, universal artists, alien artists, whatever artist you are, you want to work. We've got tracks and bangers all day. You want to buy one, buy one. You want a feature. You want. Tell me what you want to do. Let's get it done. You get me?
My personal advice to you guys out there is grab a feature off these guys.
Trust me, that yo.
Grab a feature off these guys.
Listen, because when it pops and the features are up there, you say, yo, can I get a feature?
You're gonna start changing your number. Prices are gonna go up, guys. So I tell you now, get it in right now, because
Get the feature in it. The
I can see
their
future's very bright.
8/16s, back-to-backs, 32s, whatever you want. 100 bars, 32 bars, whatever bars you want. We've got everything, man.
Bars behind bars.
Bars for bars.
Looking through your Instagram, I can see that you guys are very, very active when it comes to the shows.
Active. We love it.
You've done so many. It's actually literally hard to keep up. So if you do miss any, let me know. So we touched on this. I think with Luciano, he's done Le Gitain on Friday the 16th. I always get it. I got it wrong on his interview, man. And I got it wrong on your interview. I knew
Gitain, home of basement bars where you can't block a blessing. N.D.O records, you get me. Like we say, you want to get on your shows and perform on a stage in front of a crowd. Look out for Skiddo, follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, do all that good things there, and get down, man. Sign up, message, get down, perform, do your thing, showcase, network. Do your thing, man.
You've done a bag of shows. You've done loads of shows. You've done a show just recently.
Mixtape listening party.
QSK. You briefly touched on this earlier, speaking about your dad, but I just want to talk about your dad and the legend that he is, and what was it like growing up knowing that your dad was so talented? And tell the people who your dad is.
So my dad is Chai M.D, Chinese Monkey Demon.
Legend. Shouts out to him.
Yeah, shout out to my dad. You get me? Like, do you know what? Like, growing up, I didn't understand like how serious he was, like as a major player. Do you know what I mean? I just seen him like in here. Like, I remember back in the day when like, he was starting off and he was like rapping through a stereo, headphones are connected to a stereo over tape and that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then feel like old school beats on PlayStation 1s and all this, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, but then to see it now, and then when I speak to other people and other people like, yo, your dad's like a big person in the game and that, and I'm thinking like, ras. Like, and then when I see it, and then I hear him now, even when me and Lucky was there the other day, but just at his house and everything, like, was just vibing in the studio at his, and like my man's like, yo, what used to have got is sick, and even Lucky's like, yo, Goligo afterwards, Lucky's come back to me, he's like, yo, your dad's sick, you know, bro, he's sick and that, and everything like that, and I was like, there, like, bro, I know, bro. Like,
I'm gonna be honest, before I met you guys, I've been out to a couple shows of your dad's show, I've been out to quite a few, and as I'm talking about this, I paused on the performing because I wanted to ask about performing a song with your dad on the 14th of March. What was that like? How did that feel with like father and son together?
Like, sick, you know, like even like, do you know what, the song came about like just because I went to his house one day and I had the song written and I was like, oh, I want to do the song, so then I done it and then I had a second verse already on it, innit?
Okay.
And then like I went away and then the next day like he's rang me, like out of the blue, was like, yo, you know that song you recorded yesterday, can I have a verse on it and everything this? And I'm thinking like, are you mad? Like, of course you can have a verse. I'm thinking, I've took 10 tracks to you beforehand, and said, can I get a verse? And all you've given me is an intro and an outro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so for you to then come out of your way and everything can be like, yo, like,
can I get this?
I feel the song in it, can I get on this? Like that's an honour. Do you know what I mean? Because the thing, if someone's high up and established, like, if it's not like I've took a song to him and said, oh, what about this one? And he's gone, yeah, that's alright, I can work with this. Like, I've gone and he's gone out his way to be like, yo, that's in my head, like, so I want it, bro. So it sat down like, and that resonated with me to think like, right, like he must have felt that one, do you know what I mean? And it's a nice feeling to know like someone that you look up to music wise that's achieved loads, like, to
acknowledge your
approve
work
and acknowledge it, do you know what I mean?
Definitely. And plus it's your dad as well.
And my dad also, so it gives it a little bit more anyway, innit? So big up Chai M.D, you got me?
That's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, you also performed at the N.D.O No Days Off presents Vanilla. You done Cargo, Manchester.
Yeah, Cargo.
Now tell me about this next one here. This is quite a big one. You performed. Was you there at the Contact Theatre?
You
performed Twist It, Turn It.
Twist It,
at
Turn
the open mic. Honestly, that is another big track. I mean.
That got picked up by BBC One Extra.
How did that come about, and what was that experience like?
Well, Joe, that song, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I wrote them 3/16s, separate occasions, but they was written to the same beat in it.
Okay.
But it wasn't like ideally meant for the same song.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? So then, like, when I've come across the beat and everything, like, I'm thinking the beat and I'm thinking, yo, this is Skippy, this. But then I'm thinking like, if I've got 316s, now I need something catchy in between it and everything. And to be honest, I don't even know how I come about with like twist it, turn it, twist it, turn it, grab the clothes in and burn it. Do you know what I mean? Like
that little catchy hook there, just like watching that, the crowd was interactive with it. They loved that. Like
different, innit?
It's energetic. It makes you just want to get up and move around.
Trust me.
And the fact that you did it at the Contact Theatre, that's massive as well. You get me? Like that's a big performance.
Even then, bro, like I didn't even know about the Contact Theatre like that.
Oh, really?
Until like I've got to the Contact Theatre, and then I'm like, oh shit, I've walked past this building before. Like,
it's kind of dark, and then it hits you like, oh.
Then I got inside and I was thinking like, brass, like this is a theatre.
Yeah. I've been in there, and it's massive, and to perform on that stage, and the people are there, nerves will be going, be pumping. I don't know, like it's almost like performing, I guess, at like the Ritz. You know what I mean? It's just like on
it's mad, bro. Even
like
at Undiscovered Talent UK and that.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You also did the No Limit Talent Show and the Undiscovered Talent Show UK on the 8th of June.
Yeah. That was at the N.D.O Centre.
Oh, okay.
And everything, so that was an experience as well, especially coming from Hume as well.
Yeah.
And living there next to the garden centre and things
that's
like
massive.
that. To be able to be in a building that's being carried on still till now and doing the thing that it was set up for as well. Do you know what I mean? In Manchester, in our area, like that was a big moment as well. You get me?
Yeah, that's massive. That, I mean, you also did the Manchester Carnival. Which is another huge event.
Luciano, J.K. Salama. Yeah, got the Manchester Carnival team
with the squad. I mean, Manchester Carnival is always massive. It brings a huge amounts of different walks of life.
Definitely.
What was it like performing outside on a stage rather than performing inside, and to all them like, different walks of life? So many people. What was that like?
Like it was mad because it was all of our like first experience of that. But like. It's like what we've been building up for.
Exactly,
you know
that.
I mean? We've been building up. We've been doing indoor little shows, getting bigger venues, yeah, and all this. But that's not like what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're just the little steps and little goals, yeah, to the bigger picture. We want like the whole of the park sold out. And us on the main stage and only us in the park performing.
Yeah, the headlining.
Do you know what I mean? Headlining. Do you know what I mean?
So being on the carnival stage, it gives you that opportunity just to get that feeling of what it's going to be like.
Do you know what I'm saying? I want people singing Purple Rain back at me. Do you know what I mean? And all the rest of it. Henry and all these rolling there. You get me? Everyone mosh pitting.
I believe soon come that will definitely happen. Trust me. I mean, performing at the Manchester Carnival. I mean, it must have be something that stays in your head as like an epic moment for you.
Of course.
It's so big in Manchester, and it's so big.
Iconic. Like growing up with it, like every year, like that's what we've attended. We attend that every year.
Seeing all them floats going down the road with all different things on them, like it's a massive thing.
The tents, the stalls, the people.
It brings everybody out. The news is there. Everybody's there reporting on it. It's massive.
So, it's big, man, but big up the event organisers and that, the street party afterwards and that, you get me, the tents, like,
that's another thing, the street parties that go on and on and on. It doesn't just stop there, it goes on and on, so you get to intermingle with the people.
Everyone, it's a vibe, man.
You got the food is banging as well, do you know what I mean?
When you get there in the park and you just smell it, you just know.
I'm just thinking right now, the food, I'm thinking, the food.
I'm going to put you all onto something this year,
yeah?
Go to the store where they do, the pineapple slushy, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And everything, and mixed up with a Magnum, yeah. Jeez. And everything. It's gonna change your life, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna look
change
into that.
Change your life, bro. Look for the store that's got them two on, yeah.
Jeez. So, you worked with one of the Manchester legends, not just Manchester legend. How did you come to work with Burger Boy?
So basically, we got hit up. By an entertainment company and everything, and it was like, oh, we've got a show on this day, we'd like you to be involved with Luciano, J.K. Salama. Someone was like, oh, who else? Obviously Burger Boy was on there, and DJ Nash as well from Inner City Sounds, but like we already worked with Nash a couple of times anyway, innit? Like, so obviously he knows our music and we know like how he DJs and everything, so when we're both on stage and he's controlling our music, it's like even more, like we work in sync even more. He's like the third party of the group. Do you know what I mean, bro? Like, nah, trust me, bro. I've got love for Nash, man. Trust me.
Yeah, man.
And Quan as well. Big up Quan as well. You get me always there. The N.D.O records events and that.
Do you have any more shows coming up?
Yo, shows every month. Every month. Next one, 24th of March. So if you want to get involved, Instagram, N.D.O _ records, hit us up, tell us you want to perform, send the music over, let's get it done.
There you go, plug people, get involved right now.
That's what I'm saying.
So let's talk about your music, because you got so much content online. Loads of content online.
A lot of content.
So if I've missed any, forgive me, because you're everywhere. So you got Back in My Wage Instagram video, Sighting SoundCloud, One Take Challenge Instagram, dope. Cutting Ties music video. You got In Order freestyle. You've got They Wanna Know featuring Azzo. And then you released, after all of this, like, I don't even know how you got time to be releasing more music. Then you released your Dark Times video on DY Media Visual.
Yeah. Big up DY, that was a movie that.
What was it like shooting your first official video, and do you have any more on the way that you can tell us about?
Like, it was sick. Like, do you know what? Like, I felt like for my first one, I released it for my birthday, innit? Because I felt like as a present to myself, like, to start it off properly, like, it's just a good time, good video, good message, good thing, and I thought, let's get that done. And do you know what? Like, I was proud by the end of it. Like, he managed to bring what I seen in my head and I envisioned for the song itself is why, like, he's out there. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm one of them. If you can't bring what I see in my head to life, then I don't want to be a part. Like, I'm not interested.
I think it's important that the artist and the person that's doing the video are one with the same idea and in sync. And I think sometimes artists fail to actually think too much about the video and maybe they're just excited or whatever. But I think it's important to paint the picture with what you the artist originally had, or get it as close to.
So you can get in it. Like, obviously, some things like you can't do within limitations on budgets and that.
Of course,
What you can compromise and what you can get to and draw, like, that's what I'm about. Like, visual arts. Like, I want things when people look at my videos and visuals. Like, I want people to withdraw the emotion for it to feel trigger something inside you that thinks, ras, like.
Yeah, I think watching that video, you nailed it with the emotion on the video, and you definitely got your point across, and your picture was painted definitely, as it was a dope video, and I could see that you put a lot of passion into it and a lot of thinking into it, and a lot of thought process behind it. So I appreciate anything like that when I'm watching a video. So I appreciate that. You also done the 2 Wavy Cypher.
Yeah, big up the boys, you know.
Oh, this one was energetic. It was full of spray bars. How did this 2 Wavy Cypher come about?
Do you know what? First of all, big up CT 2 Wavy,
Yeah.
Roots Music.
Yeah.
J to the O, you know. Bow, man like Joe.
Yeah.
And me. Luca Ray.
Shout out to all them, man.
You get me on the video and that. Yeah, it was just mad. Like, basically, like, they wanna come and perform on Basement Bars, and then they've reached out. Was like, yo, we've got a space in like this cypher. Like, do you want to come down to Leeds and for 2 days, Saturday, Sunday. We record on the Saturday, film on the Sunday. I was like, why not, innit? So
why not?
I was like, send me the beat, but I was working hella in it, so I was just like, I don't really have the time like that. So so more time, I just said, send me the beat, and like, I didn't really want to listen to what everyone else was writing. So what I'd done is with the beat is I just wrote the whole beat in it. Like, originally I wrote the whole beat, and then on the day of the studio, like, I just took everything with me and then listened to everyone else's, and then I've subtracted it to the point of where it is.
So you work different then.
Yeah,
you work very different. So I'm not listening to nothing you guys said. Not to the day I get there. I like that.
And then I subtracted it, and then literally, bro, had it done, recorded, and it was crazy, man. We all went in, bro.
Is there any reason why, like, you every time I see you and we link up, it's like you don't listen to anyone else's music but your own? Yeah. Is there a reason for that?
Only because like, I feel like if I listen to other people's music, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't ever listen to no one else's music, but like, I choose not to listen to other people's music only because, like, I find, like, even though I like music and everything, like, I don't want to be influenced or be telling someone else's story in it, or sound or something. And I know people say it's good to listen to what's current and things like that, but I'm thinking, like, I'm not producing current music. Do you know what I mean? My music's not now. My music's here in this moment and everything on my laptop, but will be forgot about in 3 hours when I've made another 3 songs. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I fully get that.
So by the time, like, I'll come round, like, I can press play randomly on my thing, and I'll hear songs from like 10 months ago that I totally forgot about. I think, right, this song banging, this song being on the track. And then I'm thinking, the amount of catalogues that I've got of my own music, Lucky's music, JK's music, other artists' music that I performed with, collaborations that we've all got together. Like, for me, I don't need to be listening to anyone else's music. Alright, use man are all made and everything, cool for using it, but for me, everything, I'm good with my music. Like, it's like, my music makes me happy. Like, when I put on my music, it's not like I'm sat there going, what the this turn.
You know what's funny? Like, I've heard that Giggs makes music for himself. Like, when he makes a new album, he makes it for himself because he wants to hear some more of his own new music. Do you know what I mean? And I've heard that Lil Wayne says he doesn't really listen to a lot of artist music because he's trying to perfect his craft, and he don't want to be sounding like anybody else anyway. So a lot of times when you see Lil Wayne getting asked about other artists in interviews, you genuinely don't know them. And I imagine that probably be the case with you, man, because you genuinely just listen to your own.
Listen, the only way I get updated on music, of what's popping and what's not, is if I'm in clubs or if I'm on nights out, like, and then I can hear what's popping off in clubs and crowd reactions and that, and then I probably think, oh, that's a lot.
So that's how you get your new music.
Then I'll go like, oh, let me go and listen to that 1 or 2 times on my YouTube at home, innit. But then once I've done listening to them songs and everything, and I'm like, right, Zoop, back to my music.
Back to your world.
Music for the soul, bro. And do you know what it is? As long as we stay locked into our genre and our lane, then we ain't watching anybody else.
You're not watching no face, and no one can say that. No one can say, oh, you stole that, or you stole this, or whatever.
Nothing, bro.
I mean, just briefly going over your SoundCloud and your Spotify. And SoundCloud, you had Dark Times, you had Swing featuring Azzo, No Comment, Part of the Risk, Driving Me Crazy featuring Wes.
My cousin, that.
Yeah? Yeah. Part of the Risk, and it just goes on and on and on. And on your Spotify, you got Black Roses, Link Up, Going Down, Holler at Me. Again, it keeps going on and on and on. Now, the reason I mention these songs, as you've now released your project entitled Chapter 536 Growing, is this your album, or any of these tracks available on there?
Yeah, so basically that's going to be my second album, Chapter 536 Growing. I've not released the full album. There's going to be 14 tracks on there.
Yeah.
At the minute I've released 5, so my plan is to release 6, and then from 6 then I'm going to drop the album. But I'm just waiting to get my advertisement done for that at the minute. So once that's done, that's going to get dropped. But before I drop my album, me and Lucky's going to drop the mixtape, the first of the mixtape and everything first. That. So 8 tracks.
Fire tracks on there already.
8 tracks.
Like, I don't know if the
4
ones
videos, 4 audios, and then the mixtape's dropped. You can have it.
I don't know if the ones that you show me is going to be on there, but I hope that they are, because that was just pure fire.
There's lots on there. Wiz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rolly there.
Yeah.
Henry.
Yeah.
Palm Angels.
All bangers.
Waka Waka.
Ridiculous.
What's the other one?
Crossroads. Ridiculous.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
You man have got like too many. I mean, you done a crazy freestyle on your TikTok. The wordplay was crazy on this. Is there a full version of your freestyle on TikTok?
Joe, what is actually?
And are you gonna do like
which one's
more of them?
Is that the end of the year one?
Yeah, it was the end of the year
like,
one.
Nah, do you know what it is? Yeah, I just
felt
felt
like your end of the year wrap ups, like.
Yeah, that was just like a lot end of the year thing, because I felt like, do you know what? I've put music out.
Yeah.
I've put a few videos up, because I'm not really one for like just putting videos out constantly, because to me, like, I'm not bothered about the videos. Music speaks for itself. Do you know what I mean?
Course,
the video,
yeah.
I'll put a video out when it's right, when it feels right in it. So when I'm putting the music out with DJ, like, bro, we could just feel it.
Yeah. You've done so much. I mean, you was working on Unity Radio.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So reached out to DJ Basher and that.
Yeah.
Manchester Hip Hop Archive, Quill and Coof mental health organisation. So it was like doing a joint collaboration. So I was like, got something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Definitely feel like I could get an input and give some feedback and things on. So got involved, went there, produced a song called Slipknot Thoughts. Had 24 hours to produce, write, mix, master and get it aired and everything. So we managed to do that.
Another banger.
So that'll be out soon. Currently I'm just getting it reworked by Arthur from National Prison Radio.
Wow.
He's an award-winning producer and everything.
Wow.
So at the minute he's just like produced that, adding little bits and just changing.
So you man have got a lot of magic in the background, just working its way.
Everything's building up in it. So we're just, trust me, we're trying to put ourselves in the right places with the right people. And just work. Do you know what I mean?
It seems like you guys are networking in the right way, and I hear your music being spun on Unity as well. So that's a big look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and you deserve that and more.
Thank you.
So, just lastly, before we wrap this up, are we expecting? I know you said, but just clarify what's coming out and when, if you can, without giving up too much.
All right, this is what's going down. Yeah. And everything. Yo, jump down there, rapping, bro. Jump down there, come on. Jump down there, bro. Nah, listen, we need to tell him, bro. Tell him when the mixtape's coming, bro. What we're dropping, what videos we're dropping, and that. We're going like Lucky Luciano, you know what I'm saying? He's didn't even know his hair.
Sleeping in the background.
Sleeping in the background, you know. This is called On The Go. Listen, On The Go 24/7. But you know what?
24/7.
We like to work.
Come down here, man.
No days off. N.D.O records. No days off for a reason. Yo, my bro, come here, bro.
Yo,
listen, tell him. Quemby Street Kings, yeah.
Coming out soon.
Mixtape music for your soul. 8 tracks, yeah. Ready. First one being Henry. First video gonna be dropping soon, and then we're taking over summer the year. It's a wrap. QSK. You get me?
Well, I appreciate your time.
No, thank you.
Before you go though, let the people know where they can catch you on the socials.
Yo, catch me on the socials, yeah. L.T.Madz. That's L.T.Madz on Instagram, yeah. And everything. Quemby Street Kings. So that's all one word. QUEMBYSTREET KINGS. Catch that, yeah. That'll be on Instagram as well, so you can find all mine and Lucky Luciano's joint adventures on there together. Also, go and follow Lucky Luciano and everything _ N.D.O on Instagram. Make sure you follow that and everything. You definitely don't want to miss that. Click the notification button, save, comment, share, all that good stuff. And when we're releasing all the music, it's going to be on N.D.O records on YouTube on our own channel. So everything's all our own original stuff. So make sure you follow them. And last before least, I should say, don't forget, big up and follow JK Salama at Miss J Create, yeah. Different. When I tell you we're going to be coming,
this is different. The reason why people should go and look up like No Days Off records, because you see how you just promoted the hell out of that. That's what you need out of someone. Coming like the Manchester P Diddy out here.
Nah, listen. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But what I do know, yeah, and everything, like, follow Lucky Luciano and JK Salama, Quemby Street Kings, N.D.O records, yeah. Get at us, because you know what? We're putting you on, we're plugging you in, yeah. Ashes soldiers, yeah. We're telling you, it's just a matter of time before the music comes out, and once Henry comes out, yeah, and everything, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
100% rap. I'm saying it. It's a rap. No, it's serious, people. It's a rap.
It's a rap. It's a rap.
So with that being said, I appreciate your time. I'm gonna let you go. Peace.
Peace. Thank you.